What's up, y'all? This your boy, Heat of Cool, doing another live. Hope everyone is enjoying their weekend so far. Hanging out with friends or, staying at the crib like I am. I normally go to the store on Saturday to get some items, but I decided to stay home. The Kroger's down the street on Cascade by the golf course. Be waiting on the left ride and, all eyes on me when people coming inside and outside the store. But anyway, I'm just saying that for an example. I'm not gonna even talk about that. I was just sharing my expressions that I be going to the store, you know, mostly on the Saturdays. But anyway, enough with that. Today's topic is about, looks can fool you from a person and who they really are from the inside. We might uh think that they're a cool person on the outside because they look cool and normal, but inside they probably is a straight up jerk. So that's what today's topic is going to be about. Looks can fool you on a person. I know a lot of times we see people out and about every day, think that they're enjoying their normal lives, but they're not. And it goes for all of us. We might be doing good on the outside, but in the inside, we just going through some things. Whether we lost a family member, a best friend, or dealing with depression or other things. But it depends on if you tell people or not, or you don't have to tell them at all, or what you're going through. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. A lot of times that I be going out and about, and y'all know about this. You know, we be thinking about if a person look and mean and aggressive on the outside, like he want to hurt somebody, like he want to shoot somebody, but in the inside he's the coolest person in the world. And then you see then you see a normal person. He might be cool, laid back on the outside, but inside he's the one that's gonna chump you out, want to hurt you, probably want to end your life. I'm just saying that. But actually, we think that way, but it's the other way around. Like, I seen people, and I think I talked to people before. They can look, they don't want to be bothered on the outside, like they mean, like they want to cuss you out, fuss you out because you approaching them. But inside, they the coolest dude in the world. Like, chill, talk to that individual about sports, about anything, kicking it and stuff like that. And on the other side, the person might be looking normal, might be looking laid back. But once you approach them, what do you want? Who the F you is? Then you see who they really is from the inside. They are not a cool person at all. They might look cool on the outside, but they are aggressive and annoying joker or son of a gun in the inside. Y'all seen that plenty of times before from people. But don't get me wrong. People can look mean on the outside, and when you approach them, that's who they really is. They mean, they don't want to be bothered. Approach them, they gonna threaten you or warn you about approaching them. And then you got people looking normal and cooler. When you approach them, that's who they really is. They cool. They laid back. And you can kick a conversation with them, whether it be friends, whether it be associates, and that's that. So y'all know the saying, looks can fool you. It kind of reminds me in the scriptures in the New Testament, a wolf can dress up like sheep clothing. And that's how a lot of us can be. We can be wolves dressing up in sheep clothing. And it's just like Satan. He disguised himself from any one of us, because we don't know what Satan looks like. I'm just saying that for that individual. That person might be looking cool on the outside, but the inside is nothing but the enemy controlling that individual. Satan disguised themselves. And I'm going to say it like this, and you don't have to believe me when I say this. We don't know what Satan looks like. only God knows. I'm just saying that for an example. But he loves to disguise himself in any one of us that we can be cool, but inside we can be aggressive. It's nothing but the enemy disguising themselves, And that's that, Like, I know a lot of y'all seen the Matrix 1, when Neo was talking to Morpheus and he got distracted by that lady in the red dress to the point that I found out, if I looked at the movie close enough, I found out that lady in the red dress was an agent. What's that? Agent. Yeah, and stuff. That's how Satan disguises himself. He can disguise any one of us looking cool, looking normal, joke around, but deep inside, we're a whole different person. That's how the enemy is. He disguises ourselves and all that. It's like, Shane Song can turn into any Mortal Kombat character and disguise themselves like, Katana, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang, Newt Sabat, all of them. That's how, how our disguises are, including the enemy disguising us like we cool, but inside the evil is controlling us, if that makes sense. So looks can fool you, and stuff. It can fool me, it can fool you, it can fool anybody, and that's that, Like, I'm not trying to get defended when I say this about people who like the same sex, like for an example. And if I'm defending somebody that's like that, forgive me, but I'm just being real. Like for an example, like you got a lot of undercover gays out in this world. And they here in Atlanta, because think about it. Atlanta is the #1 gayest city in the world. Like a person might look hip, might look like he love women, look thuggish, but when you get a chance to know that person, you probably might pick up some red flags. You're probably not going to pick up some red flags. But sooner or later, when you get the chance to see who that individual is, one thing about undercover, gays, they'll find a way to trap you. And, they'll find a way to trap you and get you where they at. And sooner or later, you find out that that individual is weird. He's gay. He was undercover since the get-go. So that's how they do it. Or like, I'll give you an example. If you going to sleep and that individual calling you 2 o'clock in the morning, like, why is this dude calling me 2 o'clock in the morning? That's a red flag that you know that he might be weird and stuff. Another thing, he might say something that might be off the wall. Another thing he might say, if he's like being impatient, when I'm going to see you again, that's another red flag that that person might be weird. And that's that. Or he keeps calling you all the time like a female, that's another red flag that that person might be weird. So we got to watch out for people like that, because they might like women, they might look hip and stuff, but inside they like other men. And I believe it's the same thing with women. I never seen a woman undercover before, but I be seeing other undercover gay men, and that's that. They might look hip and cool on the outside like they like females, but inside they like the same sex. I'm just being real. So looks can fool you, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been there before, had a conversation with a dude, and I figured out myself that he was weird. I had to question him about it because he was blowing up my phone, and I'm like, something ain't right about this dude. And I had to see from him myself, and he was that way. And I had to say, yo, bro, don't hang with me. I don't swing that way, this and that. He was like, cool. So watch out for those undercover gays and stuff, because they will fool you as well also. So, that's that. And, you got your people like myself are quiet, that some people been struggling with being quiet for the longest. And you heard that saying that the quiet ones are the dangerous ones. If you keep messing with them, to the point that one day they see you, they gonna take your life because you mess with them. They was not bothering you, you was bothering them. You was not minding your business. He was minding his business. Sooner or later, next day, your life is gone because you was messing with the wrong person that was quiet. Like that saying, you poke the bear, it's gonna eat you alive. And that's that. So looks can fool you when a person is quiet as well. And another thing I want to talk about, is people, how the way they dress, how the way they look. And I'm not trying to go too far when I say this. When I'm out and about, I see people, how the way they dress thuggish, how the way they be having their hairstyles with dreads and all that. They might be looking ignorant on the outside, but they might be cool in the inside. A person that dressed normal can look normal on the outside, but on the inside, he thinks he's better than you. I'm talking about those dress for success dudes, or a regular person think he knows everything and he's always right, or she knows everything and she's always right. So, those things also can fool you as well. So, looks can fool you, and you got to just keep an eye on people like that and make sure you pay attention to red flags of who that individual really is. And, that's that. So, don't get me wrong. People who dress thuggish and stuff, that's who they really is. And people dress normal, dress straight up casual, that's who they really is. But at the same time, looks can fool you when people that dress normal, arrogant, and people who dress thuggish is just a cool, laid back dude, and stuff. That's how it goes with looks. And for the women and stuff, like, for an example, a woman might look stuck up on the outside, but when a dude conversate with her, she's the nicest woman that person ever met. And a woman can look normal on the outside, but when a guy holler at her, she's the stuck up woman in the world. And I'm just being real. And like I say, don't get me wrong, a woman can look stuck up on the outside and that's who she really is. A normal woman can look normal and that's who she really is. When you have a conversation, she just chill, laid back, and that's that, change numbers and stuff. That's how it is. But still, it's the other way around. Looks can fool you. A woman might look mean, don't want to be bothered. But when you talk to her, she'll really have a conversation with you. And the other times, woman can look normal, like she's a happy individual. But when you get the chance to know that individual, she's the stuck up person, mean person in the world. And she's looking for, a guy for the wrong reason. You know what I'm talking about. And that's that. So, that's how it is. And, that's that. So I had to get that off my chest, that y'all familiar how people can look normal on the outside, but inside they can be the meanest, annoyingest person in the whole wide world. And that's that. So, that's what I had to get off my chest, and got some key takeaways of what I had got down for looks can fool you. Now I believe I wrote normal so I can read my handwriting. Lacks of looks can fool you, or how a person looks. The phrase looks can fool you means that a person's outer appearance does not show their true inner character, abilities, or intentions. You cannot judge what someone is truly like just by looking at their face, clothes, or style. Key meanings: hidden character. A neat, polite person might act mean or dishonest behind your back. Hidden kindness. A rough or unusual look might hid a very kind and caring heart. Misjudging talent. A quiet person might perceive great skills or intelligence that you do not see at first. Why people misjudge others. First, oppression. Our brain makes fast choices based only on what we see right now. Stereotypes. We often believe false ideals about how certain groups of people hold, acts, should act or dress. The halo effect. If someone is attractive, we wrongly assume they are are also smart at or good. So those the key takeaways are looks can fool a person. Looks can fool you or how a person looks. So that's that. And one more thing, like it was some characters that 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 I know that struggle with depression, and I'm not gonna go into details. Like some actors can like look normal on the outside, but in the inside they went through a lot. Like for an example, the person that played the Green Ranger, he was normal on the outside, but inside he went through a lot of things, depression, bipolar and stuff. And he was looking normal on the inside, signing autographs, taking pictures with fans, but behind closed doors, he was going through a lot. And a wrestler, I'm not gonna say her name, I found out, she in AEW wrestling, face role for the ones into AEW and WWE, and stuff. I think she's the women's champion over there, but I read up on her that she struggles with depression and stuff. But you know, we don't know what a person is going through behind closed doors, but on the outside, we know that person is cool, nice, and laid back. But inside, we don't know what they are going through behind closed doors. And I believe other people that are known or not known is going through the same thing. So that's all I had to say and stuff. I hope this helped. And I'm out, and stay safe and have a great week next week. Like I always say this, stay cool. Don't be a fool. And that's what's up. Take care and peace. Oh.